Do you want me to read you a story? Here, this one's your favorite. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far from home, lived a little pixie. All her little life, the little pixie wanted nothing more than to go on one big adventure. One day, all the creatures in the realm were sad because the sun had ceased its sparkling shine. So the little pixie decided to travel across the land on a thrilling adventure to bring back the sun. In the Garden of Eternity, she encountered an ancient guardian. He promised to grant her one wish if she could traverse the land, climb to the top of Mount Vale, and reach the blessed summit of the wolf. But the journey would be long and hard. First, she traveled to Circlewood Forest. There, she befriended the suspicious scions and taught them not to fear strangers. She next traveled to the Caves of the Forgotten, where she taught the logical spring eagles to appreciate art. In Moonlit Marsh, she encountered a lonely warlock and taught him the power of friendship. Near her destination was Scarwood Keep, where a large and terrifying dragon was terrorizing the villagers. But the little pixie scared off the dragon, and so the villagers were safe. Exiting the keep, the little pixie arrived at her destination, Mount Vale, where she began her long and arduous climb. Finally, the little pixie stepped to the top of the mountain and reached the summit of the wolf. "And what gift do you wish me to bestow upon you?" asked the guardian. "I wish for the sun to be free," answered the little pixie. And so her wish was granted. The sun shone in the sky once more. And the little pixie was able to bring bright light back into the kingdom. All the creatures rejoiced, and the little pixie lived happily ever after. The end.
I'm too old for that book, you know.
It was your favorite when you were a child.
I'm not a little girl anymore, in case you hadn't noticed.
You're right. You're certainly not. Forgive a father's nostalgia. Good night, my little pixie.
Good night, Daddy. I was flying through a living forest, unrestricted by body or mind. As I soared past the tree line and up to the horizon, I knew I was free. I felt the heat of warm summer rays shine down upon my skin, followed by the soft tickle of wet grass on my bare arms. Joy bathed the corners of my lips, and comforting daylight irresistibly slipped back my eyelids. No sun. This all seemed so familiar, so why couldn't I remember it? I was sitting in a majestic ethereal garden. A beautiful, angelic woman stood before me, smiling with unconditional maternal love.
Greetings, Ophelia. Welcome to the Garden of Eternity. Step forward so we may speak.
This garden is beautiful, miss.
The Garden of Eternity is my home, as it is home to all goddesses. It exists outside of time and space. Only the purest may enter this hallowed place. Its waters flow into your world, filling it with life. Here you will find safety and comfort, for no harm shall come to you whilst you remain within these walls.
Forgive me, but how do you know my name?
I know all who walk this path, my child. You are young Ophelia of the Kethergy tribe. Like all pixies, you have pointed ears and live in the forest.
I'm confused. Why are you calling me a pixie?
Because that is what you are, child. Pixies live in small tribes throughout the forest. While each tribe has its own customs and beliefs, all pixies follow the path of nature. Females tend to be friendly, gentle, and kind. Males, however, are aggressive hunters who track wild game through the forest for sport.
That doesn't sound very nice.
It often isn't, especially when the hunted are sentient, benevolent creatures.
So, I'm not human?
Do you feel human?
No, I don't suppose I do. I've always felt different. May I ask how I got here, to this garden?
The same way all do, young one, through turmoil and pain.
Turmoil and pain?
I'm afraid so, child. You were attacked by a malevolent beast. I brought you here so that you could recover and heal.
I was the victim of an attack?
Not a victim, a survivor.
But I don't feel hurt.
Not all attacks are solely physical, young one.
If I was attacked, then why don't I remember it?
You will when the time is right, and when you are ready.
If I may ask, who are you?
I am the goddess Adena, overseer and protector of this world.
A goddess? I thought goddesses only existed in mythology.
It is as it is, child. I, like the others of my kind, am a divine being of light. We goddesses are the maternal protectors of the corporeal world. We are summoned forth when an inhabitant of that world, such as yourself, is in need of guidance.
You're made up of light? Does that mean you don't have parents?
Goddesses have always been and always will be. Our lives are not linear like your own. Now then, as I have told you a little bit about myself, would you allow me the same honor? Tell me about yourself, young one.
Oh, me? I'm Ophelia. I live at home in Michigan with my parents, go to school, and like to read.
And your parents? Tell me about them, child.
They're nothing special. My mom's really nice. You remind me of her, actually.
And your father?
He likes to read me bedtime stories. He always tells me I'm his little pixie. It's been a pleasure meeting you, but I really just want to go home. Can you tell me how to get back?
Of course. To find the answer you seek, you must drink from the pond of knowledge. It lies high atop Mount Vale at the summit of the Wolf, located at the far end of the world. But be warned, young Ophelia, for your journey there will be long and perilous, and you will face many obstacles along the way.
Why is the top of Mount Vale called the summit of the Wolf? I've you s-
And
how do I s-
they
what? Thank
good re
waking. Oh my gosh, I'm not quite. Adena told me that I have.
the garden of eternity, goddesses.